All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm so glad to have you guys here. We are kicking off the July cohort of the Data Analytics Accelerator, which is an awesome 10-week program that will take you from wherever you're at now to landing your first data job in 10 weeks. If you're interested in joining, this is the first call. It's absolutely free. Somewhere, wherever you're watching this, there should be some sort of a link to come check out the Google Meet, which I'd love to have you guys come and be a part of. So come, you're welcome to watch live wherever you're watching, but if you want to come participate in the Google Meet, you can go here. So I'll say join us on the Google Meet, and I will add that to the comments wherever you're watching. Hopefully that will get to you there. Okay, once again, this is going to be the first call for the Data Analytics Accelerator. If you guys join, come party. We're ready to have you guys here, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, I'm going to make sure that I get everyone in the Google Meet call that I should have here. So let me just let's just do this. Let's see. Okay. Cool. And let's switch accounts. Oh, that is a little loud. Okay, what is up, everyone? How is it going? Good to see all of you guys, friendly faces here. We got an awesome crew that looks like it's here with us live on the Google Meet. If you guys aren't on the Google Meet and you want to be on the Google Meet, there should be a link in the show notes somewhere wherever you're watching. It looks like we got Haley, we got John, we got Sunita, we got Maria Angel, we got Robin, and we got Manat. Awesome, you guys. I'm going to have you guys be using the chat over here on the right-hand side. If everyone can just say hello in the chat, that way you know where the chat is. And we can actually, perfect. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Sunita. Awesome. Okay, great. Well, this is the first day of the Data Analytics Accelerator. We're going to do kind of a little bit of an introductory call for the next little bit. Basically, it'll give you a chance to see what the bootcamp's all about, give you a good feel about how to get started and how you can use it the best that you can. Then in about 20 minutes or so, we'll go ahead and do office hours, which will just be a chance for you guys to ask any questions that you have. We'll probably have more people who are further along in the bootcamp come, but feel free to ask any questions that you have throughout. One of the easiest ways is just to put it in the chat over here on the. You guys can just press that chat button, which you already did, and put the question there. Or at the bottom of Google Meet, you guys will find this awesome hand raise button. Do you guys see that hand raise button? It should be like 2 buttons to the left of your red hang up button. That will allow you to raise your hand, and that way I know that you have your hand raised, and then I can call on you and you can come join us. So, or you can ask the question that you have. With that being said, just once again, for those of you guys who are just watching my face here on LinkedIn or YouTube or Instagram, if you guys want to come join the Google Meet call, there should be a link wherever you're watching to join us in the Google Meet, or you can send me a message on LinkedIn. I'm LinkedIn messages. So, okay. So just so you guys know, for those of you here that are in the Google Meet with me, we have like a hodgepodge of people. So we have some people who just joined this last week, like we have both Johns who just joined this last week. Kind of fun to have both you guys here at the same time. We have Maria Angel, who's probably been in the program for a year. And then we have like people like Rachel and Haley. Am I saying your name right? Is that right? Okay. Who have been in the program a little bit longer. So, but maybe haven't been as active in the past. So if everyone just in the chat wants to just say, oh, and then of course we have some of you guys who haven't joined the program yet, which is totally chill. and they're just here to see what the first day is all about. So if everyone can go on the right-hand side in the chat here and just tell me like if you've joined the course yet, or if you haven't joined the course yet, and where you're at in your data journey a little bit. So just say like joined, and then when, or haven't joined, and then just a little bit about like what your data journey looks like. Put that in the chat, and that way we can take a look at who's here. Once again, I'll wait for a couple of these couple of you guys to populate these. Once again, if you're on LinkedIn or on YouTube, we have a great crew on the Zoom call or the Google Link call, and you guys can come join. And this is the first basically lesson of the Data Analytics Accelerator live session. And the second half of this, in about 20 minutes, will be a Q&A office hour, so people can get their questions done. Okay, so we have Robin finishing up DoorDash projects, which means basically finishing up module 2. Awesome, Robin. Oh, also, just so you guys know, in Google Meet, there's like this smiley face button, like at the bottom of your screen, right? The smiley face button at the bottom of your screen, and that will let you do some pretty cool reactions, which is quite fun. So if you guys want to clap it out for Robin, that's definitely good to have first project done. We like that. Manat, currently module 2, awesome. Haley joined the course a while ago, but haven't been active. Looking forward to finishing it. Awesome. John joined this weekend, but working through module 1. Awesome, John. Christopher derailed, getting back on the horse. Love to see it, Christopher. Rachel said, I joined ages ago, but now I'm here. John said, joined last week, have dipped my toes, currently in module 2. Awesome. Ashley says, haven't joined yet, but is interested. And Sunita says, I joined one of your program more than a year ago, but didn't finish. I just want to see what is new. Okay. Well, awesome, you guys. I'm stoked to have all you here. And thanks for giving me some good background about who all of you guys are. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to kind of go through and show you guys basically what the Data Analytics Accelerator is all about, and make sure that you guys get started on the best way possible. Okay, so nice. Good to see you here, Joseph, on LinkedIn Live. Joseph, since you're a member of the Data Analytics Accelerator, you have access to the Zoom call too. You can hop in and we'll see you there. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Let me know when you guys can see it. Okay, you guys can see that, I'm hoping. And let me just double present here. Give me 1 second. Okay, great. Awesome. So when you guys should get an email, basically datacareerjumpster.com/library. This is where most of your products are going to live. Specifically, the one you only really have to worry about is what's called the Data Analytics Accelerator program. This is like the main program that when you've joined, this is like everything. Everything that you need to have is in here. When you open it up, it should look like this. I was messing with this today. I'll try to finish it tonight just to make it a little bit easier. Oh, wait, we changed that back. Oh, never mind. I'll probably change this. Anyways, this basically has your different modules here. And you'll start with just module 1, and you'll start with lesson 1. And basically, it'll introduce you to everything that you have to know inside the program. You'll get to know about me. You'll get to know about some of my team members, Trevor and Isaac, who helped me run this awesome program. But basically, in terms of logistics, here's what you should know. That everything that we do in this program, we do as a community. So you're never doing this alone anymore. Like, that is not the goal, to do this alone anymore. And so the community is called Heartbeat. If you guys haven't checked this out, here's Heartbeat right here. It's very similar. I can show you guys a little bit of what it looks like. It's very similar to like Slack or to Circle or to Discord, if you guys are familiar with any of those. Let me see if I can get this full screen. There we go. So basically, it's very similar where we have different channels over here. Like, for instance, we have a career questions channel, a technical question, a water cooler question. We have theme days, Thankful Thursday, Motivational Monday, Success Saturday. Basically, this is the place to go when you guys have any questions whatsoever. My team and I check this every day. We try to answer within 24 hours. And it's a cool place where you can go and actually like message other people who are on the same journey as you and really network with them. So who here has already joined Heartbeat so far? Put the word me in the chat if you've already joined Heartbeat. I'm both Johns have. I've seen you guys in there. Obviously, the people who've been in the program a little bit longer have. Okay, awesome. This is also where you'll find, let me actually show you guys what it looks like. This is also where you'll find all of our live schedule and events. So for example, we have the July cohort kickoff going on right now. And then at 5:30 or 7:30 Eastern, we have office hours, which basically is just, this is our chance to do office hours and answer any questions that you guys have. Okay, great. So no longer doing this on your own. All right, you're doing this as a community, and we have all sorts of fun wins that get shared in here. So this is one of the best parts of the program. The other thing I want to make sure that you have access to is the member only podcast. So you guys probably know that I have my general podcast, but I also have a podcast that is only for people inside this program. I actually just recorded a new episode. I'm really excited about it. So that should hit your RSS feed soon. But this is like, basically you can take all of our learnings and put them on the go and listen to them when you're in the car or when you're working out or when you're doing laundry or something like that. It's really fun to listen to these. So we have a couple different episodes, but you should be able to download this and get this in your podcast player pretty easily. So for those of you who have been in the program a little bit, type in the word podcast if you've already listened to an episode of this. If you've already heard an episode of this. Okay, perfect. Robin and Haley and Christopher and John. Okay, but if you guys haven't listened yet, that's something you look forward to, is listening to this. Okay. Some of the other cool perks that you can do in the program is you could actually use me as a job reference. Like, this is a huge part of the program, is you get access to me. So that means like you can DM me at any time. So for instance, if I go to my chats down here, you guys will see that I DM a lot of my students. Okay. I'm always trying to talk to them, make sure that they're all doing good and everything's going good. Okay. So you can DM me at any time. You can also use me as a job reference. I don't think this number actually works anymore. I'd have to check. No one's used it recently. I prefer if you don't use that number until we get to the point where you actually have like an interview, but I'm happy to write you a letter of reference. I'm happy to take calls and make sure that I can vouch for you in the best way possible. Another really cool thing about the program that I don't actually advertise too much, but it's going on kind of right now, is you can intern with the program. So you can put this on your resume. You can put this on your LinkedIn, but we have all sorts of different projects that you can do. Right now we have 3 different projects that you can work on and basically do real life data analytics work for a real company, and you can intern. And so for instance, Uki and I have been working on some of these graphs. So did anyone watch my YouTube video today? Anyone watch my YouTube video or listen to the podcast that came out today? I don't usually release stuff on Monday. Anyone in the chat? Okay, John and Joseph. Okay, so if you guys saw on the YouTube channel here, let's go see. Okay, I released this episode called "Why Landing a Data Analyst Job Feels Impossible," and you'll notice. Let's see, around minute, what is this? 3:29, okay? I show this pie chart, right? Well, guess what? That's actually one that Uki made, that she's been helping me out. She's a member of this bootcamp, and boom, she made these charts, and that's where that chart came from. So I'm gonna give her a shout out on LinkedIn. And she can obviously say that she's doing work for me, which looks good on a resume and looks good on LinkedIn. So that is an awesome thing that we do inside of the bootcamp as well. Okay, the other things that I guess I should mention is we have a search bar. So if you ever you're like, crap, where did I learn about something? I can't remember where I learned about it. Like, where is it? You know, those types of things. What you can do is you can just click on the search bar up here and type whatever you want. So for instance, in the chat, let me know what you're curious about. Like what's something that you're excited for in the program to do, but maybe haven't gotten to it yet. Give me a word or a term in the chat. All right, John's excited about SQL. I like it. Anyone else? Michael, portfolio. Okay, awesome. Let's do SQL. Okay, so you type in SQL, you're going to get a lot of stuff back though, because we have 2 full modules dedicated to SQL. So you'll get quite a bit, 56 results back. Let's do something a little bit more niche, like Robin mentioned, and let's do a pivot table. So if you type in pivot table, we only get 11 results. So you get the pivot chart, you get a live call that we did, 2 live calls that we did, 3 live calls that we did, and the pivot table lesson here. Let's go ahead. Oh, I just realized something. Oh, interesting. Okay, in the bottom right of your screen here, you guys will have this chat feature. Has anyone used this chat feature yet? This chat feature is a chance to talk to our DAA AI bot and ask it a question. So what's some sort of a question you're curious about in terms of data analytics? Like for instance, if you could ask me any question right now, what would you guys ask me? Try to make it specific if you can. And no wrong answers. Put it in the chat. Someone's got to give me something to at least go with. Come on, guys. Nobody? Can I learn Tableau with you? Okay, so let's maybe do how to learn. Let's make it more specific. Let's say, should I learn Tableau or Power BI first? Let's see what it says. Okay, it says, it is recommended to learn Tableau first before Power BI. I agree with that. As Tableau is often requested more frequently in job description and is slightly more challenging from a UI perspective. I agree with that. Understanding Tableau can provide a solid foundation from learning Power BI, and the skills and concepts are transferable between the 2 tools. I agree. However, both Tableau and Power BI are valuable skills to have a data analyst. Ultimately, in which you learn them may depend on your specific career goals. Okay, this is perfect. Okay, you can click on this references right here. Boom. You can find where it basically sourced that information inside of the program. So this is basically trained off of all the data, off of all 343 lessons that we have inside of the bootcamp. Okay, each module is going to, the first one is maybe the little bit of the exception, okay? But the rest of these modules, they're designed for you to do in about 1 week's time. That's the goal. So everyone in the chat, I'm going to be annoying right now, but I want you guys to remember this. How long should each module take you? How many weeks? Put it in the chat. Now, that being said, while you guys are putting that in the chat, if you want to go faster than that, you can. If you want to go slower than that, you can. It's totally fine either way. And then how many hours should each module take you? It really depends on your background, but the answer is 7.5 to 15, usually, is about the range. Nice. You guys already knew off the top of your head. Way to go. Each module is going to have 3 parts to it the majority of the time. It's going to have a project and a skill combined, maybe some in-depth stuff about a skill. So this first one, I guess module 2, we cover data fundamentals, and then we go deep into Excel by building the DoorDash project. And then we're always going to have some sort of networking. So this one has the online networking blueprint. In module 3, we'll start to work on resumes. In module 4, we'll work on portfolio. This says GitHub Pages. I need to change that to just be portfolio because I really like card now. All of you guys inside of the program will get access to this card template that I really like. I made this from scratch, and I made it specifically for you guys inside of the bootcamp. You guys can literally just press a few buttons, beep, bop, boop, beep, switch out your pictures, switch out your name, and this will be yours. So you have a portfolio pretty quickly. This is pretty new as of the last month. So that's really exciting. You can look forward to that. Module 5 will do SQL and cold messages. Module 6 will do Tableau and focus on interview questions, which I know I saw that Joseph asked, do you have any interview questions? In module 6, you'll actually get access to our, where is it at? 75 plus data interview question database that we built. So this is 75 questions that our students have been asked in interviews, and you can actually use this template and you'll get your very own. And you can actually write down your answer over here on the right-hand side. So a lot of the times people will have this up when they're in the interview and they'll kind of like peek at it just so they can remember what they said. So yeah, I like what Rachel said. Templates make me happy. The goal is just to have as easy templates as you could possibly have. So that is the goal. Okay, just a quick little reminder. If you guys are watching on like LinkedIn or YouTube or Instagram, I'm explaining what the Data Analytics Accelerator is. This is the first kickoff call. If you guys want to join the Google Meet, there should be a link wherever you're watching. You can come join us in the Google Meet and see what this whole program is all about. Diogo says, looks so organized. That's the goal, is try to make it as organized as possible for you guys. So you guys literally just go through 1 out of 300 lessons in a row. And hopefully by the time you've gone through all of them, you've landed a data job. We actually had a lot of that this week. I don't know if you guys saw, I don't really want to pull up because I don't think a lot of them are quite public yet. But for those of you that are in the community, you saw that we landed, I think 2 or 3 jobs last week. One was a former teacher, and the other one, I can't remember what they did, but we landed 2 jobs last week. So hopefully you guys will have a job just straight out of this. Okay, lastly, we have the capstone project in module 10. You'll build your own capstone project. You don't really have to worry about it yet, but I will walk you through the process of how to do so. Once again, you're covering Excel, you are covering Tableau, you are covering SQL, you are covering SQL, you're covering Tableau, Python, statistics in R, Power BI, SAS, and BigQuery, and then the capstone project here. That is the layout of the program. You'll build your LinkedIn in module 1. You'll learn how to network in module 2. You'll learn about resumes in module 3. We'll build a really good portfolio in module 4. You'll start working on cold messaging in module 5. In module 6, you'll start to ace the interview. 7, 8, 9, and 10 is where you'll apply the most. You should be applying to about 20 jobs a week at that point. Okay, I think I've covered everything that I wanted to. Let me just double check. Yep, I think I covered everything that I wanted to. So now we'll take questions here in a second, like general questions, because I know some of you guys have general questions. But I want to make sure that those who are already in the program don't have extra questions about where to find stuff. So specifically, let me pull this up here. Let me make sure I know everyone who's here. So let's see. I know Argentina's been in for a while. Haley, I know you're restarting kind of here. Both Johns kind of new. Minot, you're kind of in module 2. Michael, you're further along. Peg, you're further along. Rachel, I kind of know you're restarting. Any questions from your side? Even if you have no questions, we just put no questions in the chat so I make sure I know that you guys are all good. Oh, yes, Michael, go ahead. Oh, yes, this is one of the problems that that we have. So you're probably saying, I don't know if I finished a module actually before with this account, but you're saying that like when you finish this full module, there's like a check mark here on this screen. Okay. So yeah, that's interesting. Maybe you can send a screenshot. Maybe you can email me. Email me avery@datacareerjumpstart.com. And I can you can put a screenshot and my team and I can take a look at it. One thing I will tell you, like for instance, Michael, like you've been through module 1. We did that a long time ago. We added a lesson for to introduce Isaac. So for example, now that's a lesson you haven't done. So there wouldn't be a check mark next to it. So it is a little frustrating, but it's hard because it's like you like the satisfaction of the check mark. I totally get that. But the hard part is we want to always keep making the course better. So we keep adding to it as time goes on. So yeah, if that doesn't answer your question, maybe you can send us a screenshot and we can take a look, but it's a little difficult. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Okay, good question, Michael. Okay, keep putting your questions in the chat, and I will take them as I see them. I have a couple more that I need to answer. I did see that there was one in the chat that if you're new and you want to join, but you don't necessarily know how to join, you can check out this link right here, datacareerjumpstart.com/bootcamp. Okay, let's take Rachel's and then I'll work my way back. Rachel says, I only see module 1 and module 2 showing up. That is incorrect. You'll probably only see them showing up here because I need to fix this. I'll try to fix this tonight, but all the modules are right here, actually. Module 4, module 5, so on and so forth. Okay, Gollum, I'll take your question, but let me answer Sunita's first. Can you explain more about the project/portfolio? Yes. So, and this is where it didn't seem like we had too many questions. So this is where I'll also probably just start to take general questions and then move into office hours. So for those of you that are further along in the program, like Michael, Manat, some of you other people, Argentina, if you guys have questions about like modules later on, feel free to ask them, and I will take them. This is basically a free for all. Let's take a look. Okay, so I'll get back to keep asking questions. I'll answer all of them. So, okay, let's talk about portfolio and projects. Oh, I did forget one thing. One thing I did forget. So for all of you that are members of the Data Analytics Accelerator, you also, I mentioned that you have access to the podcast, but you also have, you also have access to what's called the Project Bible. The Project Bible is basically like a little mini course about how to make projects and portfolios. So like, for instance, one of the things I really like in here is the 1 million data set catalog, where I tried to give you guys all these like cool places to find really cool data sets. So for instance, I saw earlier, let's see, like Gulam said, I want to be a data analyst, but I have a question. Is domain important to be a data analyst like finance, healthcare, or business? I'm currently doing software engineering. So like, let's say you have domain experience in, let's say in crime. Who did I talk to that wanted to be in crime? You could go to like one of these data sets, for instance, the FBI crime data set, and take a look at what data they have there. So I really like this resource of a really cool place to get just like a bunch of data sets. Okay, so you get access to this. So I'm all about building projects. So as you go through the accelerator program, you'll always be learning your skill by building a project. So this one, we're actually learning Excel by looking at marketing and sales data. This one right here, we're learning Tableau by looking at education data. This is real education data for the state of Massachusetts. This is what is this one? This is World Bank data. So this is data from the World Bank. We're looking at financial analysis and banking data. We learned SQL, intermediate SQL, by looking at healthcare analytics, by looking at diabetes stuff, diabetes data. This one right here, we're doing intermediate Tableau by working on sports data, Python engineering data, R, HR data, so on and so forth. So there you go. So that is a little bit about the projects. We'll build the projects from scratch. These are all custom projects that I built. So for example, once you like build the project, we'll walk you through step by step. So for instance, this is the SQL data project. So like, for instance, we'll show you where to get access to the data. We'll show you how to get it into a SQL editor, for example. Then we'll start learning SQL step by step, and we will create the project. And at the very end, you'll actually post the project. There's a lot of different ways you can post the project. One of the ways that we do, for instance, in module 3, this is one way to post a project, is to use a Loom video. Who here has used a Loom video before? Anyone use Loom? Anyone in the chat use Loom? Okay, Loom is really awesome. So we actually do it this write-up style, where like you share your screen. Right? And you will basically walk through your Tableau dashboard, kind of explaining step by step. This is a great way to publish a project because it shows your personality. It shows your ability to speak. So it is it's actually really good to do it that way. So that's one way that we do it. Another way we do it is we create LinkedIn articles. So for instance, I'm going to go to my trusty example student, Courtney Ballard, who is now a lead analytics consultant at Wells Fargo. She was a former math teacher. She landed this lead job straight as a math teacher. You can see that she uses her featured section on LinkedIn to actually host these write-ups for the projects. So this is one of the projects that that you actually can do in this program. It's optional, but you kind of do a nice write-up of everything where you got the data, what type of analysis you got, how your connections change, whatever, just basically showing a bunch of graphs and showing the analysis. So that is a little bit about what the projects look like. Welcome to everyone else who just joined. We had a bunch of people of the Accelerator students who joined, and they're here for office hours. Feel free to ask your questions or raise your hand. I'm just quickly going through some of the questions that some of our new students or potential students had. But if you have a question, raise your hand or you can ask it in the chat and I'll go ahead and take care of it. Haley said, will we be able to add other personal projects to the GitHub portfolio we created in this course? Yes. You can add unlimited projects that obviously to your portfolio. Definitely, 100%. Let's see. We'll go to Rachel and then we'll go to Hassan here in a second. We'll go to Rachel and then Diogo and then Hassan. Rachel said, best email or way to contact someone when you don't have access to something. Okay, let's see how smart this AI bot is. I'm just going to take your question and put it in here. Ready? Here we go. Pray to the AI gods that this works. Here we go. Oh man, that was a long message. Let's see. Oh, it's mostly focusing on LinkedIn messaging. We'll say best way to or a way to contact a coach or Avery. Let's see if that answers that question. Okay, it says DAA community chat. This is the best place to go. If you have any questions, you can put it inside of the community chat. Or you can go to right here, admin@datacareerjumpstart.com. Sweet. So this worked good. I'm really impressed with this AI thing. Okay, there you go. Diogo says, I talked to one of your previous students. He advised me to start the program to get the next step in data analysis. It's a lot learned by doing, as he said, but we need data science fundamental statistics. So to land like a data analyst job, I definitely don't think you need much data science stuff. The difference between data science and like data analytics is not much, but a data analyst typically focuses on descriptive and diagnostic analytics, when a data scientist focuses more on predictive and prescriptive analytics. We don't do a whole lot of predictive in this program. We do in Module 8 when we get into stats. So you'll get access to stats, machine learning in Module 8, linear regression, so the easiest form of machine learning. But still, machine learning, and probably the most used form of machine learning as well. So yes, we cover fundamentals of data, we cover statistics. And I'm glad you talked to someone, Diogo from Portugal. That's great. Okay, let's see. I want to make sure that I answer all of these questions. Is it important to have domain experience? This was asked by Gulam. Domain experience definitely can help. But if you have software engineering, your tech skills can help. So I definitely think based on your background, you can find some sort of an in. Okay, and I think I'm caught up on questions. So I'll open it up to more questions that you guys have, especially since we have a lot of the Accelerator students here now who are already part of the program. If you guys have questions, let's put them in the chat. Let's raise your hand and we'll answer everything. Technically, for a lot of you guys that are here, you started about a month ago. And I think we'd be at the beginning of Module 4 or the end of Module 3. Is that right? For those of you guys that are in the program, where are you at module-wise? Put it in the chat and let's take some questions. Raise your hand or put it in the chat and we'll go from there. I think I'm also going to end any of the live streams that I'm doing. So if you're on Instagram, LinkedIn, or YouTube, this is the last call to come join us in this live call that we're doing. If you guys want to join, you guys can check out here, come join. And I'll put it on YouTube one more time and we'll put it on Instagram. But we'll probably end the live stream here so that way our students could ask whatever question they have. Ask. Okay, Hassan, go ahead. Did you have a question? I'm good. How are you? Domain knowledge is totally good. Those data sets sound great. I wouldn't be too worried that you're using the wrong data set. I'd probably be more worried that you're not using any data sets. So, yep, yep, no problem, no problem whatsoever. Um, Sweet. And just one more time, if you guys want to learn more about the bootcamp before I just hang up on everyone who's on the live, you guys can go to this link here, and you should be able to find everything that you need. Come join us. Bye, everyone. Okay.